We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Brooklyn Bulls and the Toronto Thunderbirds.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. Now this will make it into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Stand 10 at their own 20-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown! A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. We thought that may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Tucker McCann set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That good for 22 and a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And they'll run on the inside handoff. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Gain of 14. First down, Brooklyn.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Next to receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. They find some open field here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. from the gun. They'll try to run it. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Carry for the running back.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 10-yard line.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run with Dobbins, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run, and his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Quick strikeout wide by Jackson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They'll get 34 yards there. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes, but receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
The ball carrier.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And 4 at the 25-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They run with Jackson out of the gun. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's put him.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
Let's go, D.
No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
A 6-yard pickup.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Let's go now. Hawk 70. Oh, you got D?
Check. Watch 54. You run night.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54.
Jackson from the shotgun. Buying time to his left. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by Derwin James.
Incomplete. Derwin James on the cover.
On now, Tucker McCann. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
For the field goal. A 25-yard attempt.
McCann's kick up and good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Tucker McCann set to kick off.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top of the wagon. Lay back,
McCann's got it teed up. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Second quarter now, it's Brooklyn in possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check 26, check 26. Good.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. From the shotgun, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown! A big play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. So that, Charles, his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. He had the more standard receiving touchdown earlier. This time he finds the end zone in the run game.
Yeah, it's almost as if he said, well, that's how I normally do it. That's almost boring. Give me another opportunity. This time I'll use my legs only and get into the end zone.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And this will be a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
makes the score Thunderbirds 23, Bulls 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
And 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick six. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And they'll run on the inside handoff. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now Wilson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. That is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
14. Under 10. Hey, switch gears.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out, and a 5-yard penalty. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Wilson will throw again. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First down, Brooklyn.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Hands it off out of the gun. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Another carry for the running back.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Right there. All day, baby.
We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. Flush to his right. He'll run it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And it's no good. Lutz pulled it, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Come on, D. Right there. Just like that. Just like that. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Let's pick it up. It's out of time. Got team. Right here. Let's get off the field.
From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
10 at the 48-yard line.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. All day, punk. Hey, watch it.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right.
It's just me and you.
On the run, he'll let this go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
For number 80, incomplete. It's now 3rd and goal.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he's going to go down. So they pass up the field goal attempt to go for 6, but as a result, they leave points on the field, and that's going to do it for this first half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Tucker McCann set to kick off.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there, and that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And they'll run it here. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. Got his man, T.J. Hawkinson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth.
And a Brooklyn
ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
But coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
The tackle made by Devin Brooks.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Third down, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete. Their 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start here with Jackson. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They'll run again with Jackson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. So, boy, that's already the third they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter.
do better. Come on, QB, come on. Check safety, check safety.
They run on first down with Jackson. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And that'll set him back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They go play action with Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
52 is the mark, boys. 52. Watch the run.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson forced out to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, they'll try to run it. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Check. Lucky. Hey. One flat.
To throw again, Wilson. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
It's third down and 10 yards to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
He's brought down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. The third down now, and those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. From the gun, Wilson. He's to the 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Operating from the gun, Wilson dancing to his left, hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. He's at the 50, 30, 20,
I'm the best in the game. I'm the
10.
best in the game.
And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. Well, there you go, from red zone to red zone on that fumble return.
It's amazing how fast things can turn around, isn't it? I mean, it looks like one team's driving, got everything taken care of. All of a sudden, the ball's on the ground or popped in the air, and whoosh, there you go in the other direction. Good job by the defense. You see how they practice that, too. You can tell, coordinated. As soon as they got the ball, everyone turned to block someone and try and help him along the way.
And now set up here in terrific field position. The best starting field position you could possibly have. 1st and goal from the 1. They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field Winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Got two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 23.
To kick off.
McCann's got it teed up. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Here's Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. Being chased out left. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will score. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead is now an even 30.
Tucker McCann set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. Noah Igbenogany that time up to make the play defensively.
Noah Igbenogany on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
And, Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
14, got it. Nickel. Took right.
From the gun, Wilson. Buying time to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. That's taken inside his own 40. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So that'll back them up 5. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
A good solid run there as we head towards the home stretch of this game.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. Oh, but he'll be stopped well short of the first down marker, and it's a turnover on downs. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
To the yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, they'll try to run it. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Mike 9, Mike 9. Hang out, hang out, hang out. Quit talking about it. Go. Mike 9, hey. We got a seal. I got you.
One last shot for Wilson. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the home team here, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Kansas City next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.